Today on Monkey Life.
Hey, little man. How's it going in there?
Staff welcome the park's first ever Saki monkey.
Come on, Jethro.
Oh, there he goes. He's out.
There's concern for Houdini at the lemur enclosure.
Oh, listen to that. I can't hear Nobby's heart murmur.
And Simon's up to mischief at Hernania's. Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside, is one of the largest sanctuaries of its kind on the planet. The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
Last little leg into the forest where we're really pushing the limits here to make all of this happen, so it's a really lovely team effort.
The park provides a home for more than 240 monkeys and apes, and the aim is to give them as natural a life as possible. There are 17 species of primate at Monkey World, including chimps, orangutans, gibbons, and stump-tailed macaques. Today, Alison is taking charge of the park's first ever Saki monkey.
Just off to Somerset to bring in a completely new species of monkey. So very interesting, very exciting day today.
The monkey, called Jethro, is currently living at a wildlife rescue centre near Bridgewater. But the land is being sold, so Jethro needs a new home. Alison is planning to put him in with the squirrel monkeys.
At 22 years old, Jethro is quite an elderly Saki monkey. He was born into the British pet trade and then either sold or given to the couple who currently own him along with a mate. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago that the female passed away. So he's been on his own for an awful long time now. So I'm hoping that getting him back to the park and getting him in with our squirrel monkeys might sort of liven things up and make life a bit more interesting for Jethro.
White-faced Saki monkeys are native to South America. Males and females look very different. Males are black with big white faces, whereas females are brown and grey. In the wild, they live in family groups and spend most of their time in the trees. They eat a diet rich in nuts, seeds, and fruit.
Morning.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay at the moment.
I was going to say it's going to be a long day for you. Should we just go see the guys first of all?
Right.
Maria and Colin have been desperate to find a suitable home for Jethro ever since they were told they had to leave.
Hey, little man. Hi, you. Hey, fluffy boy. Hey, little man. Oh, I know. Good boy. Wow, what a beautiful coat on him.
Yeah.
In captivity, Saki monkeys only live for around 20 years, so Jethro really is an old man.
He was rejected at birth by his mother, sadly. That was 22 years ago, so I took on the role of mum. And Jethro has been with me all that time. He's full of character, always has been. You know, he's got lots of different mannerisms. He's just a great character, full of the joys of spring, despite his age.
Maria and Colin have 3 other monkeys who also need rehoming. Alison is keen to take them, but at the moment, she doesn't have a suitable enclosure.
We've got 3 spider monkeys here, 2 males and 1 female. And they're getting on in years as well, but they can't stay here. And so we have to consider whether or not we can find a place for them at the park. They need their own house, their own enclosure. Got a plan in my head, but we'll have to wait and see whether I can make it come true. It's a big if right now, but I'm hoping that I've got a good plan.
You're a beautiful little man. Good boy.
So, for the time being, Alison's focus is on Jethro, who has only ever really known life next to the spider monkeys.
I'm really pleased. He looks really nice and healthy for a 22-year-old Saki monkey. He's got a little bit of a mobility issue on his back legs, but quite frankly, any old boy does at this stage in his life, so we'll just keep an eye on him. I just have to hope that the squirrel monkeys love him as much as I do already. He's a brilliant lad.
Monkey World's squirrel monkeys are going to be in for a shock when Jethro moves in. Although both species come from the tropical forests of South America, squirrel monkeys are smaller and more nimble. They live high up in the tree canopies in large social groups, whereas Saki monkeys are usually found in pairs. They wouldn't necessarily meet up in the wild.
Topsy and Turvy hopefully will be okay. Hopefully they'll just see him as a new kind of playmate or someone to, you know, be of interest to them. Samantha can be a bit grumpy, so hopefully she's not having a grumpy day when he comes and turns a little bit feisty towards him or anything like that. Bridget kind of lives in his own little bubble, so hopefully it's not going to disrupt his way of life and his routine too much, so that he can kind of just get on and accept him and carry on as normal. But generally speaking, the squirrel monkeys, they're quite laid back, and hopefully they should be okay with a new arrival joining their group.
Saki monkeys live mainly on fruit, nuts and seeds, and aren't as keen on insects as the squirrel monkeys. Topsy has just spotted a red admiral.
When the squirrel monkeys are hunting for their insects, they'll kind of get right into all the trees and bushes, and they can move around on all the tiny, really thin branches, so they can kind of almost sneak up on the insects, and then they kind of pounce, and then they'll just grab them with their hands.
Topsy isn't the only one enjoying the impromptu snack. Turvy also strikes lucky.
Squirrel monkeys' hands are really good for doing things like catching insects. They're really, really dexterous, and they can move around and, yeah, grab hold of things really well.
Topsy is trying a new technique to creep up on the butterflies. Butterfingers.
Any activities like this is absolutely brilliant for the squirrel monkeys, because it obviously brings out their natural behaviour. They would be doing this in the wild. They would be going around hunting and foraging for insects, and obviously it's all enrichment for them as well, stimulates them and gets them active, and that's absolutely brilliant for them.
At the park's lemur enclosure, the ringtails are busy grooming. This is important behaviour for all primates, as it strengthens bonds and also keeps their fur in good condition. However, one lemur is sitting on the sidelines today. Houdini has been causing concern for a while now, and the park's vet, Mike Nathan, wants to take a closer look.
Over the last couple of weeks, he hasn't been breathing very well. And to my mind, he's breathing with increased effort, and his tummy seems a little bit more swollen, but also he tends to give a soft cough like that. Makes me wonder whether it's his heart that's giving him the problem rather than anything else. We want to just try and have a listen to him, conscious if I can. If not, then we'll have to take him up to the hospital. But if you look at him, you see that he's breathing with quite an effort from his abdomen. He's a different animal to what he was a couple of weeks ago.
Houdini is 16, but that isn't particularly old for a captive lemur. The team need to get him inside so that Mike can examine him.
Houdini, look, come then. Look, just like normal. Good boy. Come on then. Good boy. Mind your tail. Good boy.
Animal director Jeremy Keeling has come to help. The lemurs are a close-knit bunch, and the rest of the group gather for a ringside seat.
He's in that little crate you get there, isn't it? So I don't know if you want to go in the shed and grab him in there.
might be.
Or otherwise we can let him into the shed, but...
I'd like to have a listen to him if we can.
Ready?
Leader Fennel wants to know what's happening to Houdini.
Here. Oh, listen to that. You can't hear an obvious heart murmur.
Sounds very nasal, that does.
Who knows?
Mike is worried about Houdini's laboured breathing. He decides he has no choice but to take him to the hospital.
Really marked upper respiratory noise. I can't hear a heart murmur. The heart's going so blooming fast. So stressed out with that bit. So we'll see. It's really, trying to get that air in. So we'll have a look. We'll see. We'll see. All right.
The team need to act quickly. If Houdini really does have a heart problem, any amount of extra stress could have serious consequences. In Somerset, Alison is learning about Saki monkey Jethro. She needs to gauge his mood to see how he's going to react to being put into a travelling crate, ready for the journey back to Monkey World.
I'd reach out and touch you, but I think that that's too soon. I think that we're not fully properly introduced yet. Yes, good boy, yeah. Get in monks there. There could be anything in there.
Maria is going to accompany Jethro back to the park to make sure he settles in.
Do you want to see if he'll just go in willingly? You and I could hold it up in the back corner there, throw a grape in and see if he'll just tootle in.
Jethro isn't used to climbing into boxes, so they're not sure how he's going to react.
Come on, boy. Then this way, look, a bit further.
It takes a group effort to persuade him.
He's in.
Very good boy. Jethro didn't walk into the box, let's put it that way. He was sort of helped and shoved and perhaps lifted into the box a bit, but there was no fussing or fighting. And now he's just checking out what the world around him, so he's very calm. Just goes to show that he's actually quite a well-adjusted little monkey, so hopefully he'll feel the same way about Fidget and the rest of the squirrel monkeys. Good little man, you are.
So, after years of living on his own, Jethro is off to new friends and a new life. At the park's hospital, ring-tailed lemur Houdini has been fully anaesthetised, and Mike is keen to get on with his examination. He wants to find out why the lemur's breathing is so laboured.
2.6. So since the beginning of June, he's lost 0.2 of a kilo, hasn't he?
There could be a number of reasons for Houdini's rough breathing, but Mike thinks he probably has a heart problem.
Throat is perfectly clear. Colour's good, he's not anemic.
He decides to do an X-ray of Houdini's chest to give him a better idea of what's going on.
Right, lights off.
Despite Mike's suspicions, the X-rays are not showing any obvious problem with Houdini's heart.
The X-ray looks okay. I can't see anything that's shouting at me saying abnormal. So this isn't full of fluid in his abdomen. It certainly doesn't feel full of fluid in his abdomen.
It's a mystery. Mike can't seem to find a cause for Houdini's laboured breathing.
I don't know. Let's take a blood.
The blood samples will be analysed to make sure that the lemur doesn't have any underlying health issues.
Well, there you go. What on earth? I'll get those bloods off and catch the post with them. I can't find anything. His heart rate and rhythm's normal. I've taken samples from swabs from his nose and from the back of his throat. The X-rays look to me to be normal. I still feel that the symptoms he's giving us with his breathing point to something wrong with his chest, his heart, but I can't prove it at all. I have to look for other things.
So that's his... Just
that's it
TLC
for him for the minute, yeah.
Further notice.
Yeah, okay.
Mike is going to put Houdini on another course of antibiotics to see if that helps. And the lemur team will have to keep a close eye on him to make sure his condition doesn't deteriorate. Over at Hananya's enclosure, the chimps are in a playful mood. Young alpha male Hananya is displaying to exert his authority, whilst several chimps are making the most of the bedding that's been put out for them.
Hananya's group is still a young group, so, you know, they're a fun group. They're still learning, you know, and they've had lots of new animals that have come into this group over the last couple of years. So, you know, I would describe it as a stable group, but they definitely have their fallouts. Games and things can sometimes get a bit out of control.
Simon is bored, and that often spells trouble. He has his eye on Patricia, who's decided to have some downtime. But Simon has other ideas. He tries a charm offensive to try and get Patricia to join in, but she's not interested.
Simon's definitely a playful chimp. He likes to have fun, and he really makes the most of the enclosure. I don't think there's a female in Hananya's group that Simon hasn't, you know, wound up at one point in time, so I think that goes across the board. But generally, the females like to spend time with him, you know, and he does bring out the best in a lot of the females.
Kiki is the newest member of the group. She was rescued from the Lebanon 2 years ago, where she'd been kept in a cage at the side of the road.
Kiki's doing great. What a success story. You look at her now, it's like she's always been here. You know, she really was a very clever chimp. She made some mistakes, but she learned from them, and it's great to see her now as a fully integrated member of the group, and a far cry from the isolation that she was in prior to being rescued by Monkey World.
Simon has given up on Patricia and is now trying his luck with Cherry. But Cherry's no pushover, and Simon's bright enough to know not to mess with her.
I think it's important to remember that all chimpanzee groups will change over time, and that will be the case for Hananya's as well. But considering their age and considering how many new animals have come in, I think they've done remarkably well. You know, they're a fun group that enjoy each other's company. They like to be together. Hananya's maturing into the role. So a really nice group, but, you know, who knows what the future holds.
At the squirrel monkey enclosure, Topsy, Turvy, Fidget and Samantha are enjoying the sunshine, blissfully unaware of the impending arrival of their new housemate. It's been a long drive from Somerset, but Alison has finally arrived back with Jethro, and everyone is keen to meet him.
Hi, Jethro. Hey, little man. How's it going in there? But you're quite a good little man. I know, you are. He's totally chilled out. Let's get a weight on him in the box, and then we'll do the box thereafter.
All primates who arrive at the park are weighed if possible, so the team can check their progress as they settle in.
Who's it? Who is it?
The squirrel monkeys are curious about the new arrival.
Come on, Jethro.
No one knows how Jethro and the squirrel monkeys will react to each other.
Oh, there he goes. He's out.
Okay, there you go, Jeremy.
As soon as Jethro sees Fidget, he he goes on the offensive.
Basically, it's Jethro announcing that he's in the house and that this is now his new home. And quite frankly, the squirrels don't seem to mind that rumbling noise at all, which is quite a good thing, because if their reaction is absolutely neutral to Jethro, then we stand the best chance of Jethro and the squirrels getting on well together.
For now, Fidget and the girls are being kept in the rooms next door until they get used to each other.
Obviously, when we put them together, it could be a completely different story. But for the moment, the squirrel monkeys are just pottering around, foraging for insects, just doing what they normally do. He seems pretty chilled out and quite mellow, so I'm sure if he doesn't react to the squirrel monkeys, then they hopefully won't react to him either. For today, Jethro will just stay on his own, just to let him settle into his bedroom. If he seems pretty settled and he's moving around and eating, then maybe we'll open up tomorrow and see what they're like. But yeah, I think we'll have to see what everybody's like by the morning until we make that decision.
Next time on Monkey Life. Kai makes eyes at Oisin, but she's playing hard to get.
She wants a bit more courting, I think, in this caveman approach that Kai's got.
And Yurima's causing excitement for the woolly monkey team.
We're hoping she's pregnant, but it's not a definite, unfortunately.